Port Republic on Legendary difficulty. And we're at 1450. I'm showing you my units. I have some lieutenant colonels and a major to bring in to get them promotions. We are creating a whole bunch of colonels. And yeah, and getting majors promoted to lieutenant colonel and then to colonel. So yeah, I think you get 2 extra units here. I think this is the one where you get 2 extra units. You get 1 or 2, I'm not sure. So yeah. So everybody has seen this, I'm sure, of going up and doing this part of the battle first. The enemy force is pretty weak here. I think you could pretty much do this any way you wanted, and it would probably be a very good result. This is fun, to catch him up here. There are 2 things. I'm trying to keep my units on the road, because it burns less condition, I think. This goes very slowly. Climbing this hill takes a while. I have sped this up a bit. Yeah, we really don't have anything to do except wait for our reinforcements to come in. So, yeah, and we're going to get, I think we get 2 extra units. So we have a lot of infantry coverage. We have 3 artillery and the rest is infantry. That is a wall of infantry. And I gave everybody orders and edited that out. That's why there was that thing there. The artillery comes in right behind the infantry. Look at all that infantry. I mean, he just doesn't have that much stuff here. Yeah, everybody doesn't need to go up there. That's probably a bit much. That's a lot of infantry. So I pulled 2 units off, and yeah, they can stay here and just be rested and ready to go, full condition, full morale. Ooh, this guy. I should have covered my flank. This guy, that was a surprise. Yeah, I'm going to move the Tredegar. I was going to move the Tredegar north, but I'm going to move him south because apparently the enemy's very aggressive down there. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, I'm afraid at this point he's going to attack with his entire army. I really don't want to deal with an attack from his entire army. It's okay. Skirmishers? Yeah, here comes his infantry. Okay, let's get in position. Good thing I moved the Tredegar. And he's charging. So, yeah, good thing I put some infantry over there. Yeah, because he attacked over here and I had to throw some infantry south and some artillery, I did move one of the infantry I intended just to stay south to move north. And I'm going to have to put these guns, tell them not to fire, and to face a direction I want them to, and put them on hold. Up, but the enemy is already here, so... Yeah, this map, by the way, has a really, really weird melee area. the right corner of the map that you can see right there, the bottom right corner. Any unit of yours that gets in there and there's a unit of the enemy there, anywhere near that can find themselves in melee. And of course, you can have your entire army pulled into this. And yeah, I played this up to here, and I made a save because I have to, when I record, I have to have small files. So I just save when I make a file. And what happened was he pulled about 4 or 5 of my infantry into a melee. And it's not like they were even close. I mean, they were a huge distance away. And pulled into melee combat. And it's kind of a glitchy, buggy thing in this map that is, it's really weird. And it's that whole area right there where that unit is right now that's flashing in and out. And on the other side of the river as well, all the way down to the point where it hits the next river, if that makes sense. So yeah, any of your units get in there that you can get into melee. Now I'm trying to keep him from crossing the river. I want to kill him on this side of the river since he's here. So yeah, we have these guys in place, and somebody dishes out a lot of pain to my Lorenz unit right there. Somebody's firing back at him and is going to do some damage to him. So that is not good. Yeah, somebody really is just firing volleys into him, and he's not in cover. So anyway, he pulled, I think 2 of my artillery units, and they were really far away from the combat. And I had, I don't know, 4, 5 of my infantry charge one of his. Didn't matter. He had 1,800 men, so it was a fight to the death. And yeah, it was. I might not have reloaded, except he killed like 45 men in my 24-pound howitzer unit. And no, I wasn't going to take that because of a glitch in the game. So I don't know, it was like 5 minutes or something, or 10 minutes, and I reloaded it and replayed that 10 minutes. But this is all first time legendary playing this battle. And I was caught by surprise. I didn't expect him to come charging across there with skirmishers. That was and then I was worried he's going to come across with the entire world. This right here, this moment right here, he can't see my infantry, but he can see my artillery. This convinced me that I need to go with cover as my second perk. I was thinking, like in my Union playthrough, I would do the accuracy perk for my artillery. I'm not going to do that because I can't afford to lose good guns. So all of my units are going to get the cover perk. It gives you cover and stealth for your artillery. And yeah, I just can't afford to be seen. He has good units now, but very soon he's going to have all 3-star 10-pound parrots that are going to be able to just wipe out my good artillery units if I can't get into cover and can't stay hidden. And if he sees your infantry, that's why I move forward. If he sees your infantry, he'll fire at that. He'll fire at whatever's closest. But right there at that moment, he couldn't see my infantry, so he fired at what he could see, which was my artillery. So I'm moving my 24-pound howitzers up because they're not getting quite enough kills. And the enemy is pretty defenseless right there, so we'll move him up. And one of my units has taken 10 losses already, and we don't need him to take any more. Boy, one of my infantry units has already killed 1,000. That is outstanding. Oh, another one's 900, so yeah, those guys are getting a lot of kills. It's my artillery up there that's not doing anything. So yeah, come on, artillery, you need to get some XP. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, 390. Let's go to 400, 500. Yeah, I've already moved an infantry unit down. Want the attack to happen over there, not on this side of the river. Okay, very good. Okay, they're up in kills, kind of. They still don't have enough kills. They need more kills. So, yeah, the infantry's got really piled up some damage. Yeah, I'm backing up. Hopefully he'll charge into the water. Yeah, I should have turned the artillery off. Oh, I'm backing the artillery up. So, yes, there he comes into the water. And I'm trying to get him to retreat to the south, but he gets into a firefight. I think if he'd come into the a little bit more into the water, maybe even all the way across the water, he would have retreated, stayed on this side of the river, my side of the river, and gone into the corner where he could have easily been killed. That would have been better. So because he's exposed his flank, I'm going to go ahead and go forward and see what happens. Even though the rest of my army isn't up. Yeah, and he's willing to have another go at it. Love Legendary. Yeah, I'm making a mistake here. I'm having one of my infantry units go a little bit too far forward. I didn't intend that. I'm focusing on, yeah, maybe I can capture this guy, keep him on my side of the river. And yes, we do. We do keep him on my side of the river. Oh, and my guy runs into a volley from that enemy unit that I clearly saw right there that did not need to happen. So those were losses that did not need to happen at all. Using detached skirmishers as to get him to retreat to one side. Now it looks like his unit has actually split on both sides of the water. And I'm really concerned about getting into melee with this guy. Because that is a thing that can happen. No, he wants to go to the north edge of the map, so we just get out of his way, stay out of melee entirely. Either direction he wants to go, we'll kill him. I'm fiddling with this guy in the south that I don't need to fiddle with, because I have 3 more units on the way, so no fiddling is necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and move my 24-pound howitzer back north and give him a chance to get more kills. So we don't have to be in a hurry, we have more time. These 2 units can now rack up a bunch of kills. My Tredegar and my 24-pound howitzer can rack up a bunch of kills. And yeah. There's only 1 infantry on this side, and he wants to exchange shots with my detached skirmisher in cover. While my infantry and artillery get into position. So that'll work out that'll be great. So yeah, I need to check their condition. They're Confederate infantry, so they probably have 100 condition. Yeah, they're great. 188 condition. Yeah, if this was Union infantry, it'd be 10. So yeah, he's defenseless in the corner. That was just very lucky. And I'd rather have him in the northern corner than the southern one. I put a detached skirmisher there to convince him not to retreat back south, because that can be, like I said, a melee situation that is unpleasant. 24-pound howitzer as close as possible. Everybody else has nice rifles. They should do just fine. Yeah, we're in position. We're on the guy's flank. We have detached skirmishers that are in great position to hit his artillery. All we have to do is avoid the melee bug in the corner, because he's going to go to the corner and there's a bug. So we need to avoid that. So, yep, he routes right away. He did 0 damage, as far as I can tell. The guy in the north is dead. I took my eye off him for a second. He died. So, yeah, his artillery is going to rout in a second. Yeah, I'm in melee right now. We need to get out of melee. Okay, let's get everybody to where the combat is, and the combat is now down here. Yeah, I have more infantry than I need here. So hopefully we'll take the artillery out with a shot. He's gone. And now we can roll some artillery up. I want to stay away from that guy. See where he is right now? I mean, he just went invisible. You see the supply wagon? That is a buggy area. The area of melee is all the way up to the fort to the north and just to the right of the observation post. I mean, it's really huge. Where my detached skirmisher is right now, I have him stop because any further south, particularly if he's routing and morale shocked, I'll be in melee. And so I'm staying back to avoid that while the rest of my army comes up. And I'm keeping my artillery back because if it gets too close, it'll be pulled into melee too, because he'll start swirling around in circles, going north, going east, west, south, and because he can't figure out where to go. And when that happens, he'll pull everybody into melee combat, and it'll be very unpleasant. So I'm just going to take my time and blast away at this guy and weaken him so that if we do get into melee, he surrenders. So all he has to do is take 50 or 60 hits. Yeah, there he is. And he's charging north because he's very, very brave, but not very smart. And I'm using detached skirmishers because if they get pulled into melee, they can get out easily, and the infantry will give them supporting fire. So, yeah. So he was about, what, 1,800? Now he's about 1,500, and yeah, we can do that again. I have lots of artillery. Yeah, he seems to not be bouncing around like he was last time. Hopefully my units stay out of melee. I'm willing to let him go to the south, because if he goes to the south, there's not a big... there's not that glitch there. You don't have the same problem. So I have a couple of infantry units down in the south waiting on him if that happens. And otherwise, I'm just going to pound him to death. I'm not going to risk this. Although, once he gets low enough, I could just have everybody charge. But, no. So, captured 153, lost 859. He lost, what, 8,800. Yeah, 10 to 1. So, 1,800, lost 130, 1,100, lost 100, 1,100, lost 47. Yeah, my Lorenz took some hits. 800 for the 24-pound howitzer, 800 for the Mississippi, 760, almost 10 to 1 for the Lorenz, 680 for the other 24-pounder, 384 for the Tredegar. Once again, underwhelming. Yes, 2 promotions. So continuing to build the officer corps, more Harper's Ferries. We'll take those. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you in camp.